At university, I ended up running a little photography company. I spent most of my student loan on a new camera, probably more than I was meant to. Ended up setting a darkroom up in my cellar. And I used to sneak off down there and develop photos, and ended up starting a little business. But what I think about photography is it encompasses creativity, working with people, travel around the world. I mean, what other career gives you that? I think quite often when photographing the royals, there can be other photographers there. We've all seen images of the royal press or media, and it is important to try and catch something a little bit different, try and create something that the person next to you isn't going to have, or the person across the way. So choosing a different position, trying to shoot in a different way is important. For me as a photographer, I generally try and generate my own ideas, try and shoot projects which mean I'm the only photographer there, and that's my way of doing things a little bit differently. It's certainly the biggest event last year in royal circles was the arrival of new Prince George, and it was an incredible event for I think the media as a whole. That's the buzz, that's what you live for those historic moments. Those times when everyone's watching their TVs around the country, the royal wedding, the birth of Prince George, and you're there right at the front recording that moment of history. I did a lot of work with Prince Harry and Prince William's charities, and I was lucky enough to visit Lesotho towards the end of the year on a really intimate trip with Prince Harry. And it was, over the course of 6 days, very relaxed. It was only me, I was the only photographer. And it really enabled me to get these great, really intimate images that I've never been able to do before. And Harry certainly felt very relaxed. We visited projects all around the country. One of the nicest aspects of it was that Prince Harry actually got behind the camera. He borrowed a Fuji camera of mine and was snapping away throughout the week. And he was getting very into it and took some great images. Sometimes when you're travelling with the royals, it's the peripheral things you see around the actual royals that are most interesting to photograph. The events, the people, the incredible faces around the world. Certainly at Getty, stock travel photography is something that we take very seriously, and that's something I shoot for a lot as well. So it's, I think in conclusion, the travel is the thing that I've always enjoyed the most. It's always nice to come home though as well.